So, here's one I prepared earlier. We put together some takeaways. Sorry, I'm struggling with my earpiece for today. To be honest with you, we actually thought of these takeaways before we even came here, and we've made some slight modifications, but not too many. So, if you haven't noticed, we are at the very beginning of the journey. There's a long road ahead. You guys saw India 10 years ago, where it was and where it is today, and how much money. There's $5–6 billion invested on an annual basis in that ecosystem, up from where we are today, probably $150 million, so a significant increase. We need 50 million digital consumers, not digital subscribers, digital consumers. People who are connected through a phone or a PC or a tablet and have the propensity to buy. We are at 43 million by our accounts. You'll see it in your goodie bags. There's some research done by Grant Thornton. We're growing at about 40% in our 7, 8, 9 countries. And so we will be at 50 million very soon. And this is when we start creating very, very large businesses. And what I mean by large businesses is, billion-dollar businesses. Innovation, you have seen innovation today several times. I don't know, Rami, if you had a chance to talk specifically about what WrapUp does, but you had showcases of innovation. These are Arabs living in Arabia, in the Middle East, in our countries, innovating, using technology to solve problems that they have seen and they can't stand seeing anymore, and they are serving large markets. They're addressing a lot of people. So this is really cool, and it is just started. If we take a percentage of what we see that is, white space innovation, i.e. I'm going to go somewhere no one else has gone before, it's still very, very small, but we know where the trend is going. Again, just plot the graph. We're on the right trajectory. Hyper-local matters. You guys, we saw Ola Cabs and Kareem. We need to fund these guys because they're 5 times more capital efficient than the international competition. 5 times. And they've been able to build larger businesses by 30 to 70%, depending on which market you're looking at, than the international competition with 5 times less money. So, but without the money, I guarantee you, they will not succeed. They need to be funded, and we need to support them and give them the finances, because guys, you saw some amazing people throughout the day. Just think back on the quality of entrepreneurs you saw talking about building these businesses. These are amazing people who are really on a mission and are going to make this region a better place. Have a long-term view. Amir's Q&A with Mark Schuster, I think that was, there's so many golden nuggets. This is one of the best venture capital investors in the world, talking to us for 10 minutes about, by video Skype, but that's not the point, about our asset class. And if somebody says, where's my dividend, then they're probably not the right investor for venture capital. There are very few industries, I'm going to paraphrase what Mark said, there are very few industries, if any, or sectors where you can invest in a company that's worth a few $1 million, and within 5 years it's worth $1 billion or a few billion, as many people have showed today, at least the Kareem and Ola guys have showed today. So we have to have a long-term view. It's not going to happen. The US has been building their VC ecosystem over the last 60 years, 70 years. It didn't happen overnight. So let's have a long-term view. We're all still young in this room. You get what you put in. We didn't put much in the last decade. We still managed to, I think, create quite a slew of successes. We are putting a lot more in collectively, and this is a collective effort. None of us can do this on our own. And we hope to accelerate it. We have to build it step by step. We can't just throw billions into the ecosystem, but we need everyone to step up and to help spread the word, invest, and even build. And we will look forward to seeing the Muhammad Ja'far's version 2.0. And the last one I leave you with is something I hope I brought out in the Q&A with Dany Farha from Kalari, who we're very fond of. Where is our Ratan Tata? I think I was very touched earlier by Khalfan Bilhol, by Holdings, standing up and saying what he said. Move on. Okay, predictions. So our vision, and if you ask any of us at BECO, we have different ways of saying it in the English language, but ultimately we're saying this, is in 15 years, we want to look back and say, wow, the Middle East is a hotbed of technology, entrepreneurship, and innovation. How cool is that? And we have people running around building cool companies and exporting them to other regions and hopefully to the rest of the world. It is going to happen. It is a matter of time. If we don't invest in our youth, it's not going to happen. If we don't educate them, it's not going to happen. If we don't invest in them and put the money in their pockets, it's not going to happen. But you know what? We and a lot of our peers are going out there and saying this in every event, at every concert, at every interview with the entrepreneur and the national, and thank you guys for listening to us and repeating what we say and hopefully believing what we say. This is something that we are focused. We talked about mission building entrepreneurs. This is our mission. We want to go out and change the region and at least be part of the catalyzing and the pioneering of tech innovation and tech entrepreneurship. So somebody said earlier, we are going to have, I think Muhammad, you said it, inshallah, our first $1 billion company. Yeah, you know what? We're going to have many of them. We're going to have tens of them. We call them titans. The word unicorn obviously is now an abused word, so we try not to use it. But we're going to have many valuable companies being built out of here, like the Kareems of the world and all the other ones that are being built currently. We will have, so that was, I think, Afan, we were trying to talk about exits, because without exits, financial investors aren't as excited about being part of the ecosystem. We will have, by 2019, a mega exit. Mega, in our humble world, is $500 million. And I'm talking about M&A. Hopefully we can outperform that from a time perspective and even from a volume and a quantum perspective. We will export innovation to the world. You saw a couple of young guys working on some really cool technologies that aren't really being done, at least not in this way, in most parts of the world. And we have the opportunity to take these people building these amazing products and productize them, as was the term that was referred to earlier on, and take them to the world. It is a source of, or a lack of pride, I have to tell you, when we in the region really haven't built a Sony Ericsson or a Nokia or a Jumbo or a, maybe I'm not using the best examples, but you get it. We need to build global businesses and export them to the rest of the world. We're as smart as everybody else. And there was a lot of reference to ADIC today, so I'm not going to pick on the ADIC team because I know they were here earlier. I don't know if they're still in the house, but anyway, they're not the only sovereign wealth fund. Guys, we have 3 of the largest sovereign wealth funds on planet Earth sitting right here in our neck of the woods. ADIA, KIA, QIA, our Amani friends. I mean, we don't need money. You know, actually, when people come and ask us about the concept of how we're going to funnel cash, it's like, really, we don't need international money. It's just a local story. It's a local problem. Let us solve this locally. We know what's needed. We need to change policy. We need to educate everyone, particularly our youth, so that they can build great companies and get great jobs and live with dignity. So sovereign wealth funds will invest in the VC asset class. Trevor Loy spoke a lot about the prudent man rule. And the prudent man rule, all it says is, you know what, sovereign wealth funds, pension funds, endowment funds, it's okay. You can have this much of an allocation towards VC because you need to open up the floodgates and allow that capital to flow through into that space, otherwise it will not get built. And one of our favorites is that, and when I say the old guard, what we mean by that is the traditional businesses. We talk to a lot of these entities because we actually go to raise capital from them and hope that what they do like about what we're doing is, okay, we'll invest in you because we really don't know what's going on. Maybe we can learn, and then along the way, maybe even find a hedge towards disrupting our existing business. That really is the value proposition. In the States and in other more mature markets, there are LPs, investors, who invest solely for insight. I just want to know what's going on because I don't want to be ignorant. That's cool. We're not there yet. That's one of the reasons why we are organizing this kind of conference, so that hopefully enough of you can listen to this, absorb it, believe it, and go back to whoever you would need to go back to and say it and say it and say it until Sheikh Muhammad or whoever it is that needs to hear it says, let's do this.